Hi, I'm Sharon, founder of connectingkidsandparents.com.au and author of the book Connecting Kids with Their Inner Potential. And I'm so happy to welcome you to the second of this free video training for parents, where I will be sharing with you the first step in this heart connection with our children. And this parenting journey is something that I've been on for the past 18 years with my beautiful daughter Joelle. And it has been the most challenging job of my life. And I've had lots of jobs. And it's also been the most rewarding and the most fulfilling on so many levels. And this parenting journey, as I'm sure you're aware, is never stagnant. It's always changing as our kids are growing and evolving into who they are becoming in this life. And it's our job as parents to create the healthy boundaries and be that loving embrace for them throughout the ups and the inevitable downs of the childhood journey. Just as it is our children's job to push those boundaries, to challenge them so that they can grow as their authentic selves and be their potential. And I find that the most important ingredient in all of this is a healthy, loving heart connection with our children. Because it's this connection that lays the foundation of relationships throughout the whole of their lives. The way that they relate with us, the way that they relate with others in their lives, and the way they relate with themselves. But how do we keep this open-hearted connection in the busyness of life when we are so busy ourselves with all that we have to deal with and dealing with our children's issues, when they are pushing our buttons, when we are being triggered? How can we be the best parent that we really want to be for our kids? How can we be the role model that our children really need? And I find that the first step in this deep heart connection with our children is actually connecting with yourself. It sounds so simple, and yet in the busyness of life, we are not present with ourselves for much of the time. In fact, science shows us that the conscious mind, where we hold our intentions, our dreams, our wishes, our prayers, what we really want for ourselves and for our children, this conscious mind is only in control about 5% of the time. That's because we're not present with ourselves. We're not in that conscious mind. So much of the time we're in the future with all that we have to do. We're worrying about what we should do. We're planning. We're working things out, we're organizing, or we're in the past with everything that we should have done, we could have done, we would have done. Analyzing events, dissecting events. But we are not present in the here and now. And when we are not present, our conscious mind defaults to the subconscious mind. And it's the subconscious mind which contains our old patterning, our behaviors, our habits, our old beliefs, and our old programming, so much of which comes from our own childhood. And when we're not in our conscious mind, and we've defaulted to the subconscious mind, this actually happens 95% of the time. It's a huge amount. And so much of this comes from our own childhood, through the role modeling of our parents. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Our parents' beliefs, our parents' values, our parents' ways of being, which may have been appropriate when we were little, or not. But it may not be appropriate now for the way that you consciously choose to parent your children. But it's this subconscious realm that actually runs the show. 95% of the time. And how often have you heard your mother's voice or your father's voice coming out of your mouth saying something that you swore you would never say to your children? So the key here is to reconnect with yourself, with the conscious, aware you who chooses how you really want to parent your children. It's just like with the oxygen masks on the aeroplane. We're told to put them on ourselves before we put them on our kids. It's the same with connection. How can we possibly connect deeply with our children when we are not connected with ourselves? So the first step is reconnecting with you. And so just bringing your awareness back to you. And if it's easier to do this, just close your eyes and reconnect with yourself. Bringing your awareness into your body now. And just noticing what's here. Is there tension in your body? Are there emotions welling up inside when you connect in and feel? Just noticing. And feel what it's like to just simply hang out with yourself. Even if it's just for a moment. And let your mind soften now. Let your body relax and take a nice big breath in and letting it out. And whatever you are noticing, whatever you are feeling, just let it be here without resistance, whatever that is. And give it a big hug, as if you're hugging a little child that needs a hug, just as you would hug your own child. Bring that hug to yourself now, in acknowledgement of everything that you do as a parent. This mammoth job. That is probably the most important job on the whole planet. And just feel this gentle presence of being here now, connected with yourself. And as you go about the day, just keep bringing yourself back to this space and notice as you step into each moment how your day will unfold more easily and more joyfully. And over the next few days, just simply notice where your awareness is. Are you connected with yourself for a lot of the time? Or are you busy in the future, lamenting in the past? Just simply notice where your awareness is and gently bring it back to you. And in the next video, we will be extending this precious connection with yourself out to your children. And we'll be looking at this elusive space between yourself and your child, where your children actually grow up. I'll see you then. Bye for now.